What's good, people? Thanks for coming out to check out my next devlog. The next devlog is going to be about the new platformer that I'm creating. So decided to create my first platformer ever, and I'm already seeing challenges. This platformer is called Tales of Astromage and Amazonia. So it's a cute little game about two female heroines. Right now, I already just created the main menu screen. The only button that works right now is play. But I already have where I'm working with the tutorial scene also, but I already have one working level. But for today, I'm just going to show you guys the most very basic thing that I started first before I kept on going. And that was my, I guess you could say, getting the movement running into the characters. So it's the most basic stuff, but it's kind of hectic because I'm also running the animations directly through the scripts rather than the animator controller. So I'll show you that later on in the code. I'm also going to show you guys the artwork that I've been creating for this game, and it's mostly just going to be the Astromage character and Amazonia. For the monsters, I think I'm just going to end up just getting assets and using those instead of creating those because it just takes way too much time and I'll never end up finishing this game. I think the bosses, though, I will create the animation for. But for now, let me show you guys what I got so far. So let me show you. So here are just two quick, I guess, pictures into one. These are the heroes. I have already modified the artwork for Astromage, which is the girl in purple. Amazonia is probably going to be the next character script that I'll be working on, but for now, you guys will be seeing Astromage later on. Um, I also edited, I think it was looking too, I don't know, too wide for the artwork on Astromage, so I rebuilt her or redrew her to make it look nicer, and you guys will see that in a little bit. But this is basically the two heroes that you will be seeing me work with first, right? So let me show you guys how far I've gotten with the game. So here is the very first scene that I ended up creating. I just created the background. This is gonna end up being my tutorial page, but I'm gonna end up adding the sprites in a bit. But when I started making this game, I usually just have something real quickly done just to get the movement going around, the jumping and everything, and testing things out from here, and then creating a new scene and get it going. But so far, if I were to hit play, you will see what will happen in just a moment. Check it out. So here you go. You guys get to see that it fell right down. And right now, if I go ahead and try and get some movement, it goes to the right, goes to the left, it can jump. All right. Now I see a little error. I'm probably going to have to work on it some more, but it's mostly because I've already made some changes into the actual level that I started working on. So it's not going to be the same yet. So some change is going to happen still. But I see everything. I like how it moves and flows, and the speed seems right. The jump is also good. And we'll keep on working onto this tutorial a little bit later, but as you guys can see, it's not complete at all. So if he jumps, go straight down into forever. All right. So this was going to be the tutorial, needs a little bit more work, but let me show you guys what I ended up doing after this. So check it out, guys. This is the updated version from the tutorial page. Now I'll hit play and you see the animations already work. I got the idle animations working. If I hit left, it goes left. The idle animation is still there. Now if I want to move right or left, you guys can see that the animations are also in there. I also got these cute little jumping animations. So the first level is pretty much all set up. Works, jumps. I was initially trying to put slopes, but I ran into issues. The character just won't go up the slopes. So, oop, I found an error. Look at that. But for the most part, I'll still be working on this. It's not completely done yet, but I think the next steps are to pretty much iron out the little bugs that I see that's going on with the colliders. So we gotta jump. Everything's working pretty well. Trying to figure out what happened over there. So far so good. Now I gotta do some debugging and let's see what happens. Can I make it? Can I make it? Nope. Went into forever. So that's pretty much where I'm at right now with the game uh, at where it is. So I'm still going to be debugging a little bit like we just saw right now. I have a little problem with it not going the right direction. So we'll see what happens. Let me show you a sneak peek of the code that I'm working with real quick to show you how annoying the coding is for the animations. So let me show you. So here's all the code that I have so far. I got all my variables already set up. I got my animator, my rigid body, and my is walking to check if he's moving, and of course checking for the X velocity as my last button pressed. I was working with bool on slope to figure out if I can make him go up a slope, but I just couldn't get that to work. So I'll probably end up working on that much more later. I just want to get something working for now. The const strings right here are just pretty much what it's going to refer to play the animations for depending on how it moves. The awake, I'm just getting all the variables. I guess I forget what it's called. I think it's hashed or something like that. But I can set them up as soon as the scripts start running. All right, it got bool is grounded always at the beginning. Let's see, on updates, always going to be checking if I can jump or not. Let's see, setting ground true every time the colliders collide, it'll set it up to true. On slope, I guess, well, the set slope false, set slope true, those did not work at all. So I'm pretty much going to be chopping that up and figuring out how I can make that work later on. Move and jump rate pretty much are going to be handling the movement and the jumps. Now, as you guys can see, I got the move function over here, and it all starts off with grabbing the horizontal. And what happens here is first I like to check for the direction where the X velocity, which is the last button, and if it's not zero, it's going to be it's going to be true for his walking, and it's going to take the last button pushed. And this helps me for when he switches directions or anything like that. And if it's moving, it's just going to be well, if it's otherwise an the X velocity is not zero, it's going to be setting it to false for is walking. The on slope, this part didn't work, so I'm going to end up chopping that off later. And here is the animations where I have them set up. So it's based on the current button pushed. So if the X velocity from the horizontal is greater than 1 and it's grounded, it's going to move to the right. And it's going to do the opposite. If it's negative value, you're going to move to the left. And I have the, let's see what else I got over here for the idle animation. Same idea as if it's grounded and last button is pushed and is walking is false. They will set up to idle. The jump over here, the jump rate, I pretty much have it so as it reaches a peak, it starts to fall down faster. Now the move left animation is going to be right over here, and I have it over here just set off in case I want to add more stuff to it and not just clog up the top part. Let's see. Now the jump animation is the one that has been quite tough for me to get to work, but I managed to figure it out. So I'm just adding an add force to jump, and I play the animations, and while it's in the air, I guess it goes back to ground, uh, being true when it hits the floor, otherwise it's going to be false. And I think that's pretty much, I mean, it's a lot of code to talk about, but just an idea for those people to see what I got through to get this to work. There still is a lot of debugging to go, but I thought I'd share the information that I have with you guys, so uh, let you know how tough it actually is to build a platformer for the movement. I thought it was gonna be easier doing a platformer, but no, it's gonna require a lot more work. So let's see what happens. Hopefully next time. I'll get the movement working even better because we spotted a error just a while ago, right? But that's pretty much it. I'll show you guys what's going on maybe in a week or two and see how my progress is going. Meanwhile, check out the other, I guess, tutorials that I have posted on YouTube. All right. Thanks, guys. Later.